Hello YouTube, it's Rob, Maxwells Grass Cutting Services based in the northeast. I hope everybody's having a great day. Today's video, is it time to expand and take on staff? The observant people the observant subscribers who've been watching my channel will know on the last video I had a chap working with me operating the chipper. And the more observant amongst you will realise a few of the videos I've put historically, I've had a bit of a cameraman operating the GoPro. And that's Ian. Ian's a friend of mine. We used to work together in a different world. And he's coming to the end of his career in that world. And he wants to start a job as a gardener. Now, last year, he discovered my YouTube channel. He said he nearly fell off his seat. And he got in touch and said, Rob, can I come out with you? And I said, in what capacity? And he said, I'll come out for free and I'll help you and watch what you do. And it'll be part of my resettlement training back into his new world. And he just wants to learn and see if that being a gardener is for him. So he's been coming out with me for ages and helping, unpaid as a volunteer. Make that, you know, perfectly clear. He signed a disclaimer to say any injuries are not down to me. However, I recognise that any damages that he would have done, it's down on my toes on my insurance. And I covered all that and we got all the legality out of the way. And it was above board and it was really enjoyable. Now, he learnt loads, and so did I. The Maxwells mentoring program. What I did learn is, you know, when you first start, I'm going off track here, and you charge somebody 35 quid, and you mow the lawn, you strim it, you blow it, you edge it, you mow it again, and it looks lovely. Somebody once said to me, teach a monkey how to mow lawns, you're not a gardener. Well, Ian's got a lovely garden, and he takes pride in it. But when he came out with me, he did say, Rob, there's a different world to just mowing your own lawn. He says, to what you do. He says, you're a perfectionist with the edges and a bit of a fanny, you know. And I said, well, you've got to be, mate. I said, these people are charging £30–35 for you to do that. And you want them to keep wanting you to come back. So you've got to get it to sort of tip-top and get the height right, you know, get the nice sharp blade, put a nice stripe in, get a nice whatever it is, but you've got to be professional. So it was teaching me loads as well. And also what it taught me was, historically, I've lost out on a load of big jobs. And the reason is I think I cannot tackle that by myself. I just couldn't face it. But when there's two ears, oh, what a difference. So I took on a few garden tidy-ups that I probably wouldn't have taken on. And with two of us, we managed to get the job done. And it was quite lucrative. So I just before Christmas, I had a meeting with my accountant. And I won't leave it that late this time. The meeting was this year, financial year, from 2022 to 2023 will take place in about June time. And then I'll get my tax sorted out. I won't leave it till just before Christmas like I did last year. But, you know, we live and learn. Another story, that. So the accountant said to me, Rob, where do you see your business going? I says, I don't know. And he said, would you take on staff? He says, because I told him, I said, I get lots of requests and I turn them down. And I explained what I'd been doing with Ian, mentoring and stuff. And he said, would you take Ian on? And the answer is no. Not because Ian's not a nice bloke and a hard grafter. He is. But I just don't want the responsibility of having to find his wage 365 days a year, tax, national insurance. If he wants a pension, you've got to, you know, staff member wants a pension, you've got to sign them up, you've got to pay into it, you've got holiday pay to take care of if they go sick. You know, it's a minefield. And I know there's other YouTubers out there who do have permanent members of staff. The three channels I follow, you got Robbie, who's got young Daniel, I think it is, Robbie from Premier Lawns. He's got an apprentice. He's probably out of his apprenticeship now and telling Robbie how to run the business. You've got Carl from Dagtails, Carl and Mike, great channel. And the other channel where there's two people working together is Johnny from Johnny's Garden Maintenance. Johnny and Neil, they're over in Derry in Northern Ireland, great channel. And I tip my hat to them people who pay, take on the responsibility to feed another member of staff. I've decided I couldn't do it, and I explained that to the accountant. I said, but I do lose out work by not having somebody working with me. And I explained that Ian had been coming out and doing a little bit of volunteering, and soon he will be going self-employed. I'm going to work in coalition with him on certain tasks. How does that work out sort of from a legal point of view? And he was dead knowledgeable. And you know what, this is a journey we go on being self-employed, and we learn these things as we go. And if you know it, I apologize. If you don't know it, well, you're about to learn something. He said, if another self-employed person works with you, as in me, and works with me alone, so let's, for argument's sake, say Ian, he registers as a gardener, self-employed, with the taxman, etc. But all he does, he comes out and works for me, gives me invoices, and I pay the invoices at the end of the month. That's illegal. You can't work for one person as a self-employed person. You've got to have multiple clients. Otherwise, basically just cheating the system, and really I should be paying his stamp, his tax, his pension and everything like that. He said, however, if Ian's independent in his own right, got his own transport, he's got his own business, he does his own clients, he gets paid from other customers, and he comes to you one day a week, one fortnight, and that's fine. He says that's, you know, that's perfect. He says, however, the other way, he says, if you got caught, and he knows about the YouTube world I live in, and he said, you know, if you did that and somebody was to tell tales, you'd be in serious trouble. And I said, well, I'm as straight as a die. I says, I would never do anything sort of, you know, intentional. I said, but Ian he's got other customers, he's building his customer base up now, and he's self-employed, and he comes with me now and again. However, this February has been the best February I've had, and the reason is because I've got the marketing right, and I've been really hammering the Facebook groups on the Facebook business page for advertising garden tidy ups and garden scarifiers. I've got quite a few scarifying jobs booked in March, and I've been doing quite a few hedges and garden tidy ups during February, and it's been really good, and quite a few have been with Ian, and thoroughly enjoyed it. You're able to tackle the big ticket jobs where I wouldn't be able to tackle them historically. I would have shied away from it. I'm 54 and I thought, oh God. So what I do is when I go and have a look at a job, price it up, my day rate, Ian's day rate, waste, 10% for the company, put the price in, and people have been very, very, you know, sort of positive in their response, and I haven't won them all. But I'd probably say I'm getting about 50% of the quotes that I put in, which I think is about right. You know, you're always going to get them people who want the job done for nothing. Like a chap, I went to a hedge and he wanted a massive Leyland eye hedge. He said, it'll take you a couple of hours. I'm prepared to give you 40 quid cash. I just walked away. I even looked at him in disgust. Really? That's another story. But yeah, so I've been going around doing a little bit of pricing. But one thing I'm finding about the quoting, when you're doing these one-off jobs, it's time consuming, isn't it? And that's why I prefer regular garden maintenance. But that's another video in itself. We could talk about that all day. But today, am I taking on staff? No, I'm not. But I am working in coalition, I think that's the right word, with another gardener. And I think everybody should do it. Find yourself a gardener who works local to you, somebody you like, somebody you get on with, who's independent, so they're not working for you all the time, because that's illegal, but they've got their own thing going on, you've got your own thing going on, and you can come together for the big ticket jobs. So they might, because I've said to Ian, if you get big garden clearances in, price it up. Don't be shy at charging a fair price. And we've talked about pricing, and I'll come along and give you a hand. And it's nice to work somebody for the day, a bit of company, bit of crack, because it can be a bit lonely doing this job. And likewise, I used to pass on a lot of work to a friend. And the reason being is I've got chocker with maintenance. Now, I'm still chocker, but another reason was I was put off because I thought I couldn't face it by myself. But now we've got two. I'll tell you what, it opens up another avenue, and it's brilliant. So if you're working by yourself, I was lucky I met Ian, but try and befriend another gardener, and it does open up another world. And yeah, I've said it before, I tip my hat to the people who are employing people, but this is probably getting the balance where you can work by yourself all, you know, during the busy season, your mow blown goes, your garden maintenance, your trim, your small hedges, but the big ticket jobs, you can come together and adds another string to your bow. That's what I've found. And also, it's good to have a bit of crack and a bit of company. What do you think? Did everybody know that? Is it just me who didn't realise that's what people do? Maybe, I don't know. Give us a like, give us a comment. Do you work with other gardeners? Would you sort of consider it? But I tell you what, I like it. I really do like it. And I'm chuffed it's happened. And going forward, I mean, February, it's been a gift. The weather's not very nice today. We've had a few showers, and we've got a few showers booked in for the end of the week. But February's been wonderful. The temperatures have been average about 10 degrees, which is the weather temperature where you want to get out and do some graft. It's the weather where people go out in the gardens and they start looking, and then they start making phone calls. But my phone's ringing more so than ever before in February. And before we know it, March, I've got loads of work booked in, and then March the 20th, start the grass cutting season. I've got a couple of jobs grass cutting booked in before then, and the season will be here, and we'll be on that treadmill again, won't we? And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it because it's been an expensive 4 weeks. This fan's cost me a fortune. Tax, national, oh, we know, don't we? But luckily the money was there to pay it. But it still hurts when you pay it. But I'm looking forward to filling the cupboard again, I'll tell you. Anyway, that's it for today. That's me. I've waffled on far too long. Today's video, am I taking on staff? No, but I totally respect the guys who do. And it's not for me. I don't want the responsibility. But I am working in partnership. Not part, that's not the right word. I'm taking on a subcontractor when I get the big jobs, and he gives me an invoice, I pay it, he works by himself on other jobs, and everybody's a winner. You've got to keep yourself right in this game because there's a lot of telltales, isn't there? But thanks for watching. I hope everybody's well. I hope you're all getting all your equipment ready and serviced for the new season, because it'll be extremely quickly. In the blink of an eye, we'll have the mowers out and we'll be going full throttle, trying to earn as much as we can during the season to get us through the winter months. Thanks for watching. Take care. All the best now. And remember, when the green gold's growing, keep mowing.